Okay, here we are at Qumran. This is going to be a very amazing tour of the place of the Dead Sea Scrolls. So join me on this journey. We're going to take you through the site here at Qumran and the amazing people that lived here and show you some views of the area. So I hope you enjoy. Okay guys, very exciting. We are in the Dead Sea Scrolls and we have something called the Scribe's Room. I can't tell you how exciting this is. And they shall answer in the rule according to his rank and his brothers in the law for the judgment, for the purity, and for the placing of his possessions in common, and his vice will be for the community as well for judgment. So they have here a scribe table. Let's see, I can kind of sit here to give you a sense of a little bit of what this table looks like to scale. The writing of the scrolls. And this is a overlay of the area. And here we have a scroll, let's see, the community rule scroll. And these are the laws of the community, which we'll look at a little bit as we go. Here we have, guys, a mikveh. If you don't know what a mikveh is a place of ritual bathing. And try to get you a little better view. We saw many of these in the Ophel, and you'd walk down to be full of water, and they would do this quite often. Here we have a large cistern, and there are other like aqueducts you can see running here, and other you can see there, you can see ritual bath. So there's another mikveh heading down just here. Oh, mikveh! Here we have one of the things that was in the community was treasury rooms, but after he has entered the council of the community, he shall not have any share or property of the congregation. So they held all things in common, and they, after 1 year, would give all their possessions to the community, and they lived in common. Then it says, if his destiny to enter the company of the community, his property and earnings shall be handed over to the bursar of the congregation. And these rooms belong to the administrators. I believe we saw this in another place where we could see the coins and everything. But these are the treasury rooms. So they patterned this community after the temple. The temple also had treasury rooms and other things. Here we have some things for the grain. And here is a kiln for baking. The Scrolls Cave. Here the Bedouin discovered this cave in August of 52. 14,000 scrolls were unearthed as they are sifted through the dust. So that is what we can see in this one here. Amazing. And here we are in the dining room. They shall eat in common and bless in common and deliberate in common when the table has been prepared for eating and the new wine for drinking. The priest shall be the first to stretch out his hand to bless the bread and the wine. This is the members' assembly room for the meals right here. if we look back, that's the space. So this is the assembly dining room. Guys, based on the size of this room, everyone would assemble for the meals, and the estimated number of people that would fit in the room would be 120. And that's the approximate size of the community. Here we have the scribe room, and the photograph is showing 2 stories. In this room, plastered mud brick benches and tables were discovered, along with 3 ceramic and metal inkwells, attest to the fact that the scribes who copied the scrolls sat here. And when the Roman army approached Qumran in 68 CE, the scribes placed the scrolls in enclave jars and hid them in the caves that we saw. So this room is the scribes room. Amazing. And if we look closely here, you can see the way the scrolls are placed in rolls and then placed in jars and hidden. And here we have the potter's workshop. This area here. And next to it, another large cistern. And one of the interesting things about the mikvahs, the ritual bath, is that you walk down one way. So you walk down there and you come into the bath. Light permitting, you can see that. And then you can see how the steps, if you come down this way, you go into the bath, and then you exit another way. See that? And then you exit here in a way in which you are clean. So you go down one way and come back up another. This is what we know to be baptism in modern times. And, you know, very well displayed here in Qumran. And while doing our tour, sorry, our camera's acting a little weird, we have sirens going off. The locals seem to be quite used to this, but you never really know what's going on, just sirens go off. Awfully strange that it's happening right during our tour of Qumran. Guys, as we go through the park, this is the park here, and this is the area in the mountains. Oh my goodness, people, I wish I could express to you the joy I have. This is amazing. I love it, love it, love it. I think I'm seeing trails leading to some caves, which, I mean, there's no question we have to do this. So let's go, guys. Let's do this. Guys, what a spectacular sight. Oh my goodness. So I'm hiking up this trail that you can see here. You know how they say pictures don't do justice? You're looking at one. All right, so there's in Arabic they say wadi. You got a wadi here. And if you can see here, the tops of the mountains, those are the mountains on the other side in Jordan. And right here is the Dead Sea. And we can see a little better the Dead Sea over here. Okay, and there's farming. And where we're at is this is the Qumran National Park. And we've just taken this trail coming up, okay, and what we're doing is we're going into the caves. So now we're doing something which is just, oh my goodness, it's so exciting. Here is, I believe, one of the caves we're walking up, and to think this is where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found, in caves like this. We'll see what we can find, but what a stunning view. What a amazing place. Okay, here we are in the cave. Amazing views, amazing. Here we have a nice view of the park here and Qumran ruins. Sundial over there, and here is the Dead Sea, and you can see this is the northern part of the Dead Sea. And over here are some of the caves. Here you can see decent sized cave there, and you can see many caves over on the mountain on the other side where the scrolls were hidden. Another interesting thing of note is that Qumran is right here. As you can see, the ruins, and we have the Dead Sea, and up this way is Jericho. And it was outside of Jericho that the captain of a host appeared to Joshua and said, "Take off your shoes and the soles of your feet, because this is holy ground." It's quite interesting that that happened over there, and just here is Qumran. Another nice example of the caves. There's one that's hard to fit. Okay, now we have the replica sundial here at Qumran, and you can see it's of course not original. We do have an original sundial which we have some footage of shrined in the book, which we'll show you right after this. But this is a sundial here. Of course, in the Dead Sea Scrolls they kept the Enoch calendar of 364 days, and they would need a calendar to measure the equinox. I'm not certain what is on here. There's an original. I don't know much about this, but it's here. We're on site, and guys, this concludes the message. We know the sundial is important. It's by Jerusalem that we measure time for the whole world. We know the calendar is right, 364 days. We know that many of the things that the Essenes did were from the book of Enoch that were instituted for the last days, and that's the time that we're in. So I'll show you some footage from Shrine of the Book. Thanks for watching. This message is part of a playlist called The Promised Land. I'll put a link to the playlist, The Promised Land. The Lord Jesus Christ is going to reign King of Kings and Lord of Lords here in the Promised Land, the land of Israel in Jerusalem. So we're going to have some footage for you of the real one, the real sundial in the museum in Jerusalem, and thanks for watching. Guys, here we have the very special sundial. Sorry for the glare, but this is the sundial found at the Dead Sea Scrolls. The true calendar. They shall be neither late nor early of their appointed times. This is amazing. So back there is Qumran, and you can see all that stuff there is the park. And I just walked all this way, the Dead Sea, and here we are. I'm going to go down farther, but I don't think you'll be able to see where we just came from. But look at this. This is the famed Dead Sea, and it really is. going back many, many kilometers, many miles of where the sea used to be.